The resurrection of the body need not be postponed until after death. It can happen at any moment. We have the option to wake up at any instant we want. Though we are conditioned to believe that we are tied down to our past behaviors, we are not static beings. For all intents and purposes, the you of yesterday is dead and never coming back. If the you of yesterday is dead, why do we feel obligated to think, feel, and behave like that old person? In the 8-circuit model of consciousness, the 5th circuit has been called the holistic neurosomatic circuit. Robert Anton Wilson consciously crafts alternate sci-fi-esque terminology to describe this circuit as neurosomatic, to separate it and distance it from the more familiar psychosomatic, but they both essentially refer to the connection between mind and body. It is well accepted that stress and excessive negative thinking can prolong, or in some cases even create, illness. It is also well accepted that positive thinking can speed recovery. This is known as the placebo effect. It is the 5th circuit that is responsible for this mind-body connection. By shifting consciousness into the 5th circuit, it is possible to tune your body into greater physical health. How far can the placebo effect be taken? Is it possible to gain conscious or semi-conscious control over all bodily functions? Adept meditators can slow their heart rate and raise their body temperature. Even novice meditators have semi-conscious control over their adrenal glands. Certain exercises and meditations can bring about a state of sudden calm, as if you received an injection of tranquilizer. Using neurobiofeedback, a person can learn to control and be conscious of many biological functions, even going so far as to control their brainwaves themselves. The neurosomatic circuit, as mentioned previously, can be awakened and nurtured by meditation. But critically, the 5th circuit can be unlocked by the key of cannabinoids. The 5th circuit is the interface of the body and mind. All bodily and sensorial information runs through this command center. You can tune into this command center through meditation such as pranayama, or by activating your cannabinoid receptors with marijuana. Being the center through which all bodily sensations are filtered, processed, and responded to. Tapping into the fifth circuit, the neurosomatic circuit, can be terrifying for some people. In the allegory of the cave, the prisoner's eyes are burned when they see the light for the first time. In the same way, your nerves will burn when they feel all your pains and pleasures simultaneously. This burning sensation can either be interpreted as bliss, or the torrent of sensations can be interpreted as a painful terror. It is interesting. When you tune into this circuit, you realize that all sensation is the observation of a change from one state to another, or a vacillation between states. Pain and pleasure are just sensations, the tickling of nerve endings to various degrees and in various patterns. With enough conscious attention, painful signals can be reinterpreted to be pleasurable. The fact that pain and pleasure are arbitrarily designated by the brain becomes obvious when we consider masochistic sexual fetishes, where pain and pleasure are completely blurred. Aleister Crowley once said that every act becomes an orgasm. When the fifth circuit is activated, rapture can be felt in any observation, any movement, or any consideration. Every moment we are bombarded with millions of signals and pieces of information, most of which are filtered out. By opening up to the fifth circuit, we open ourselves to a torrent of sensory information, which can produce feelings of sustained bliss. The fifth circuit is said to operate holistically rather than analytically. Instead of breaking down concepts into their atomic units, the fifth circuit understands reality through the interaction of idealized concepts. That is, the fifth circuit reasons with gestalts. The principle of Gestalt psychology maintains that the human eye sees objects in their entirety before perceiving their individual parts. This suggests that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Thinking in gestalts just seems natural to me. When I consider a concept or idea, for instance, Euclid's proof of infinite prime numbers, I don't remember the concept as a sequential series of words. I hold the entire concept in my head and then break it down into words. But even words themselves can represent gestalts. The idea of a prime number being represented by a single word is akin to a gestalt. We can encode entire ideas into symbols that we can hold in our heads all at once. Humans are greatly aided by secondary languages that use complex symbology to quickly communicate intricate ideas. This reminds me of nestled Russian dolls. Each symbol can be unpackaged to reveal even more symbols describing it, all the way down to the most basic symbol. Which begs the question, what is the basis of symbolism? If you look up the definition of a word, it contains other words. Then look up the definition for all of the words in the definition, and so on and so forth. What are the base words that you end up with? My suspicion is that the basis of all symbolism is sensory experience. It has to be. What else besides sensory experience could be used as grist for the mill of creating symbols?